Hi guys, we're going to go over the next part of this assignment where you will be getting photographs of what you might want to paint for your fauvist painting in tempera paint. You will go under number 14A, creating a composition for a tempera fauvist painting. That's where this information all is. In this first segment, creating a composition, examples of good composition. Here are sets of comparisons. So these are the same objects right here, and these are arranged in a better composition. So compositions in general provide pleasing eye movement around an image. So this one kind of gets you stuck on one line. This one helps to move the eye around sort of in a triangle fashion. This one, same thing, you're kind of stuck right here. This one helps to move your eye around. Same thing here, all of these kind of spread out the composition and help to move your eye around. This one kind of leads your eye straight off the page, so the lines lead your eye off the page where they don't have a place to kind of come back in. So this is a better composition because this allows your eye to move around back into the composition. Here you have two things touching right here, and your eye tends to get stuck at that intersection right here and here. Instead, layering these so you don't have an intersection makes for a better composition. Okay, this makes for a better composition because there's more lighting and the shadows themselves provide more depth, and it gives you some more eye movement. Right here, this one, objects in corners create tension, and this one is pulled away from the corner a little bit, so it makes a slightly better composition. Okay, here the shadows themselves make for tangents, so this is like pointing to this, and this is pointing right to the edge. So creating a little bit more space and a little bit more space right here allows the eye to flow through this background material, also called negative space. This one is less preferred over this one because this one has an object right on top of the other one. It's further back, but it just gives you this kind of column that your eye gets stuck in. Instead, this gives you more eye movement around a triangle position. So that is kind of showing you the differences of how your eye moves around. So if you decide to do a still life, you want to keep in mind good eye movement as you provide the setup for your still life. Here's another article right here, that if you click on this one, that shows different compositions, and we'll just kind of run through one example. Okay, so here you want to be able to create and activate the negative space around your object. And so eliminating some areas that are have too much of a field in the background helps to make a better composition. So here we're going to run through a series of what makes for a good composition and a better composition. So this is okay because there's a balance of shadow and an object right here. So you kind of have an L shape path for your eye, but here you are creating the L shape and creating two shadows and letting your eye move around a little bit more. So creating another element, putting a dish under here, allows you now to add an additional element where your eye can kind of swing around here. It's almost like the edges of the plate are pointing you back here. This is circling around, going back up here and around, giving you a little bit more eye movement. And then try to think of what would make this better. Maybe if we activated this space over here. So placing an object right here can help, but it is a little thin right here, and tilting it actually equalizes the space around here and adds some light. So the color from here, the white from here, kind of bounces here. So you're looking at white, 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 kind of moving in a triangle shape. So that makes for a better composition. So it's giving you some reasons why. You could read the detail of that. In this way, you have the same type of thing going on. You have this, and then your eye is led down here, and your eye, you don't know if you should be looking up or down, but it's just kind of confusing. You're looking at one or not the other, and the other, but not both of them kind of at the same time. So if you change the composition so it goes like this, your eye will tend to flow around and back again. Here, the placement of the oranges kind of just, there's a lot of material up here, and I don't know which is more important, the bowl or the oranges, and they kind of seem like they're competing. It's making just a circle shape, and it's just getting caught in that circle shape. So if I take one of those oranges down, I create a little bit of a triangle movement now. These strong shapes on the side help my eye move around, up and back over here. Then, maybe I want to take a piece of this and bring this over here so that my eye is really moving around now. And maybe, so this is giving me a little bit better eye movement. I like that even better. And maybe another piece right here. So now that I have full eye movement, it's kind of moving around in a circle shape, but there's actually a little bit too many circles here. So there's a little bit too much repetition. So what if I change one of these shapes and open that up a little bit? And now there's not as much repetition of the circles. So there's different, you could read the detail on why this makes a lot more sense, but your eye is a little happier moving around and seeing lots of different things. It doesn't get stuck in that initial composition that was established. Also, this difference between this last one, between this one, see how you have two circles right here, just the slight tilt so that this image is changed slightly right here also allows us to move our eye around a little bit more easily. So it's those types of subtle differences in the way the eye moves around that makes for a good composition. And that's what I want you to keep in mind as you're creating your composition. Okay, so a fauvist used ordinary objects. You could do a still life, you could do a portrait, or you can do a landscape. And there's a link right here where you can see more examples. You can scroll through these and there's more information on fauvist here, but there's a whole bunch of examples right here that you can look at. Okay, and so this is an example of somebody that created a painting that will be kind of similar to what we're gonna do. So this is a still life that a person set up. So here are some other fauvists, the landscape version. This is a portrait. So you can see all these different examples. Here's an example of a copying of the fauvist style and more landscapes. Now, what you are going to do is you are going to take your own composition photos. So you're going to put in a Word document 3 of your own that you took with your own camera and downloaded and put it into a Word document. Make sure it's got good composition, make sure it is cropped and edited, and then 3 online photos that you found that you like. You're gonna put them all in a Word document and put so there's gonna be 6 photos total, and you're gonna submit them here. It's worth 60 points and it is due on the 28th. All right, so this is your at-home assignment for tomorrow, and this is called 14A, Creating Composition for Tempera Fauvist Painting.